Welcome home, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, esteemed Cottey College Alumni Award winner recipients, alumni, legacies, staff, faculty, family, friends, and greetings to all of those joining us via live stream. We feel your presence, even those of you joining us from afar. Let's say it one more time. Let's look around at one another and say, welcome home. Welcome home. The Cottey College Alumni Association Board of Directors is so proud to be with you today at our beloved Cottey College. Today's celebration puts us all in a Cottey state of mind. My name is Mallory DeSalle, and I am Cottey proud. I am Cottey proud to be the current president of the Cottey College Alumni Association, and I am from the remarkable class of 1999. I proudly represent alumni in our efforts to support the college, to support its growth, our connection amongst our Cottey family, and develop a commitment to the future endeavors to Cottey sisters yet to come. Today we join together in our hearts and our minds to celebrate the Cottey pride that we share. Like the remarkable class of 2003 with 23 alumni here. They are celebrating their 20th reunion, but they're only 19. But they cannot be outdone by the incredible class of 1983. Who's only celebrating their second reunion here. In all actuality, 40 years looks great on all of you. More than 30 alumni from the class of '83 came to show us young'uns how it's done. I'd also like to join in celebrating one of my favorite guests here today, which is the Miss Jackie Kaler, class of 1952. Here for her 71st reunion and her 23rd in a row Founders Day. She's here to show the young'uns how it's done. And in her first Founders Day reunion luncheon post-retirement, I would like to acknowledge 12th Cottey College President, Dr. Weitzel. And Jack is here too. And if we can all honor the soon-to-be inaugurated 13th president of Cottey College, Dr. Stephanie Niles. With that, I'm going to invite my next colleague in this celebration, Randy Lejean Turk, to the stage.
It's so good to see so many of you here, especially my class. This is my 55th reunion. So I was very young when I attended Cottey. There's something about Cottey that draws exceptional women to her. Her students, and those who wished they'd been a student, but are happy to be her cheerleaders and greatest supporters. Today, we honor 6 of those exceptional women who share a passion for Cottey. Friend of the college. If you want a friend who gets it done, pick Karen Brooks. She has carried her talent and energy around the world into 5 chapters in the United States. While on the Texas State Board, she fell in love with Cottey and has crisscrossed the country working tirelessly on Cottey's behalf. She's now getting to meet her 3rd Cottey president. And Dr. Niles, if you need something done, Karen's here. One of the perks of working with the awardees is our chats by email. And I was so sad to hear that Karen's mother, a past president of Mississippi State Chapter, had a fall and would not be able to attend. I know she's watching on the live stream. And so now I'm happy to present Doris McCasson's daughter, Karen, with the CCAA Friend of the College Award.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. I am so happy to be here with you today and very honored to have been chosen to receive the Cottey College Alumni Board Friend of the College Award. My husband Al and I got involved with Cottey with the Defining Moment campaign back in 2011. My first time to actually visit campus was in 2012 as a brand new board member from the Texas State Chapter. I came with a group and thought I knew all I needed to know about Cottey, but boy was I fooled. What a wonderful experience that was. I was hooked from that point on, and I knew I wanted to stay involved and learn as much as I could. Seeing the Glenn and Judy Rogers Fine Arts Building come to fruition in 2015 was just the icing on the cake. When we were called upon in 2019 to join the BIL task force to raise funds for the Susan Bulkley Baker Butler Center for Campus Life, we jumped at the chance. Although we didn't have any idea what we were doing, onward we went. We met so many wonderful people who went on this amazing trek with us. Our fundraising events took us not only around Texas, but to Minnesota and Arizona. Unfortunately, due to travel restrictions, we were unable to attend the dedication in March of 2021. But thankfully, we were able to reunite with task force members that August. All the updates and photos did no justice to what had actually been done. It was an amazing new space. Seeing what students would be able to enjoy through the generosity of so many was simply overwhelming. Having had the opportunity to grow with Cottey has been more rewarding than I ever could have imagined. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for honoring me for my little bitty part in this. I want to thank my husband Al for never saying no. Never, although we probably should. And to Dr. Jan Weitzel, Sue and Chuck Baker, Georgianne Douglas, and Jim Bickle for their outstanding leadership. And my very dear friend Susan Sellers for getting me here today. and my Chapter JE sisters who are watching and having a great party without me. Y'all have fun. Thank you. I'm supposed to go this way.
Anyway, you can go any way you want. And now the Outstanding Young Alumna Award is for Maggie Hubbley Cunnington. Okay. Go, Mom, I'm moving to Western Australia. Maggie's mother is here today, and I'm pretty sure that was an interesting conversation. But it was Western Australia's gain when she did, because Maggie has been a force for good in her adopted country. She attained her master's in public health and has worked tirelessly for Cystic Fibrosis Western Australia to improve the understanding of CF so that people with the disease can feel supported in their communities. It is her goal that as people age with cystic fibrosis, they have the resources to live their lives to the fullest. It is my pleasure to award the CCAA Outstanding Young Alumna Award to Margaret Hubbley Cunnington.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. What wasn't mentioned is that in my line of work, I talk all day, every day, and I've been told to make this brief, so I'm going to do the best I can, but I won't hold you hostage for too long. I've had the pleasure to work in community health education for various charities and government agencies, and public health is a field where those who do the most of the work rarely get recognized. So receiving an award that says the word outstanding, I kind of was taken aback and thought, have I done anything outstanding? But after traveling here from Western Australia with a child under 2, I can truly say I've done something that is outstanding. So Cottey has been the foundation for many of my successes. And I feel in a lot of ways that Cottey has chosen me. And I wanted to talk today about why I chose Cottey. So way back before I was here, I mean, that wasn't that long ago, my sister was 3 years older than me, and she was doing all of the college tours. And so my parents kind of had me tag along so they didn't have to do that twice. Our last college was Cottey, and by that point, I was truly over doing college tours, and I was a freshman in high school, so I really wasn't that interested in thinking about college at all. But we landed in Kansas City. We took the shuttle bus with the Golden Keys, who were hosting us, and all the other prospective students for See for Yourself weekend. So during that ride from Kansas City to Nevada, I had turned to my mom to say something, and there was smoke coming up next to her. And I said, "Is that steam?" And Mom said, "That doesn't look right. You need to tell the bus driver." So I was like, okay. So I went up to him and I said, "I think there's like smoke or steam coming from the bus." So he pulls over, gets out of the bus, and I could see him from the window. He casually walks out the door, gets about halfway, and then runs back onto the bus. And then he says, "Everybody needs to evacuate." And so we're like, okay. And so as everybody's sort of grabbing their things and getting off the bus, I can see from, must have been like a truck station or something, a group of big burly truckers running towards our bus. They open the hatch and they start throwing our suitcases out of the bus. So as I'm coming down the steps, I turn and the entire back end of our bus was on fire. It wasn't the start to the trip I don't think anyone was expecting. But long story short, everybody got off safely, everybody's stuff was safe, and the whole bus was burnt to a crisp because buses go up in flames, they go to a crisp. It wasn't the pyrotechnics that got me interested in Cottey. When everything was settled, I kind of looked around at the women from Cottey, and they were all very calm and so incredibly capable. They organized a new bus for us. They hosted all of us. They made sure that we were okay. They provided refreshments. And this is the important part. After that was settled, they came over to us and said, "Can I interview you? Because I work for the school paper, and this would be a really great story." And I looked at that and thought, that's the type of woman I want to grow into. I want to be able to handle a tough situation and then turn that in, capitalize on it in a positive way. So that is why I chose Cottey. Now, thank you. A wise woman once told me, when it feels like you've won the lottery, you need to look around and see who bought a ticket. So in honor of that, I would like to thank the Cottey College Alumni Association for the absolute privilege and honor of this award. It's another amazing group that you've put me in with phenomenal women. To Cottey in particular, for giving me the support and being able to surround myself with such inspirational women. To my PEO chapter in Washington State for their support. To my husband and beautiful son, thank you for traveling 17,185 kilometers with me for this one moment that you actually aren't here for now because my son is sick at the hotel, so my husband's staying with him. To my mom for telling me that I'm good at everything and making me impossibly and entirely too confident. And to every woman who's paved the way for me and been my champion, and to my Cottey sisters, Alyssa, Jessie, and Brittany, thank you for being here this weekend. I truly treasure your friendship, so thank you very much. Thank you again. This is an absolute honor and a privilege. My apologies for going over time, because I know I already have, and for changing my speech last minute. But Cottey has also taught me that well-behaved women rarely make history, so.
The Alumni Service Award goes to Amy Starlin Meyer, class of '02. The first time I met Amy was at an event at the Hill, and she was everywhere. She was the president of the board, and she was catering the alumni get-together. Her energy and her passion for what she was doing was evident, and you could tell she was enjoying every moment. It's hard work raising a young family. It's hard work growing a family business, and if you do it right, it's hard work serving on the Alumni Association Board. Amy is dedicated to Cottey, and as a Vernon County native, she's dedicated to the community that surrounds the college. A vibrant Nevada elevates a vibrant college. It is my pleasure to present Amy Starlin Meyer with the Alumna Service Award.
It's been my honor to serve on this board for 6 years. I served in several positions. I began as the secretary, but I was able to finish as president. During my time, we did experience a lot of successes, mostly by way of giving and by engagement. I'd like to share 2 of the highlights from my time. The first was our fundraising efforts. We were really excited to be an integral part of the new student center in the basement of the chapel. And we set our sights on $50,000 for the alumni to be able to name the Shelley Club, and we raised $68,000. And the second was the coordination of the first ever virtual Founders Day. So you know what was happening in March of 2020, and we didn't want to lose momentum, we didn't want to lose engagement, and certainly that is a big fundraiser for the Alumni Association. So our group put our heads together and said, we're making this happen, whether we're at Nevada or not. So we did the very first ever virtual Founders Day. It included some class reunions via Zoom. They were hugely successful and something that I think is going to continue. We did a virtual cooking class, Mallory and her daughter. That was very engaging. A virtual 5K. There were coloring contests. I think the greatest part was that was our first time to be able to sell merchandise online. The merchandise, if you don't know, is the greatest fundraiser for the Alumni Association. So if you haven't already purchased something, please do that before you go home, because it helps make these wonderful events happen. We did have a lot of engagement. We learned a lot by offering this online, and I know that that's going to be a continuous thing into the future for anyone who can't travel home. I really enjoyed my time getting to do this. I enjoy the ways that I get to serve the college and the community, and I'm really grateful for this award. Thank you.
We have 2 honorary alumna we are awarding this year, and the first one is Beverly Bond Quinlan. I met Miss Bond my freshman year on the hockey field. She was one of those professors that everyone loves, so you end up taking classes from her just because you know she cares and you know you'll learn. I learned in camp counseling how to dig a 2-hole latrine. And I have pictures, Bev. Miss Bond left Cottey, became Mrs. Quinlan, and she became a PEO in New Mexico. She served 7 years on the state board there, always championing Cottey, finding girls to attend Cottey and supporting them while they were here. She and her husband Jerry established the Beverly Bond Quinlan Scholarship, and she has returned for Founders Days to reunite with her former students, whom she has kept in contact with for over 50 years. The classes of 1968 and 69 have made her an honorary member of their respective classes, and it's my pleasure to make it official with the college. I'm happy to present Bev Bond Quinlan with the Honorary Alumni Award. Promised you.
Okay. Well, that's nice. It's wonderful to be here, but I need to stick my script. In 1964, Dr. Blanche Dow, some of you remember her, then president of Cottey, offered and gave me the position of instructor in physical education. I embraced this challenge and fell in love with the college atmosphere of devoted faculty and quality students. As a PEO, I have served the state Cottey as state Cottey chairman, a speaker at New Mexico State Convention, and visited local chapters around the state, New Mexico's large, to share about our college, their college. While being so diverse and from all over the world, the students come together for their education in little old Nevada, Missouri. Notice I said Missouri. Much like each of you have done. As former faculty and a PEO, Cottey remains in my heart. That is why my husband and I have created the Beverly Bond Quinlan Scholarship, housed at Cottey, for first, a New Mexico student, and second, to a foreign student. Hopefully, there will always be New Mexico students to receive the award. Attending Founders Day for several years is a special part of my life. Connecting with former students and faculty has enriched my life. With wisdom and love in your hearts for our college, you will do the same. At Cottey, you are at a lugar prometedor, a promising place. Thank you. No.
Don't fall. Our second honorary alum, Marty Billick. Marty has attended enough Cottey Vacation College summers that it probably adds up to at least a semester's worth of credit. Although she's an engineer, she's a pretty darn good artist as well. If you're in her suite at Vacation College, be careful. She and Carrie Tate might just short-sheet your bed. Not only does she love coming to Cottey, but as a third-generation PEO, she also loves supporting Cottey. Marty capitalized on Texas Instruments' matching grant program and has raised money to fund several projects on campus, as well as endowing the Donald Billick Scholarship. It is my pleasure to present Marty Billick with the Honorary Alumna Award.
I don't really know how to short sheet a bed. No. Thank you. It is a tremendous and very unexpected honor. I would like to thank all those that made it possible. Many thanks to those who put my name in and voted for me. This is a real privilege. Looking at the past years and this year's honorees, I'm amazed that my name will now even be on it. As a third-generation PEO, there's no question that I would not be here without the influence of my mom, Sherry Donnells, and my grandmother, Alice Donnells. Their encouragement for me to reach far and achieve my goals has always been partnered with their own steadfast example and encouragement for me to help others along the way whenever possible. I would like to thank the many Texas PEOs and others who have stepped up and accepted the various Cottey fundraising challenges I've issued over the years, as well as provided sisterly support during the good times and the not so good. I would also like to thank the Texas Instruments Foundation for matching the funds I've contributed, Texas Instruments' commitment to supporting educational endeavors, in addition to providing a fantastic, friendly, and technically challenging working environment, is greatly appreciated. There is a reason why I've worked there for over 35 years. Thank you again to all. I'm very honored. And I'll see everybody at Cottey Vacation College this year.
Our distinguished alumna, Rito Odom Stevens, class of '86. Over the past several months, I've loved chatting with Rito. Again, I feel as if I've gained a new friend. We didn't know at the time, but she attended graduate school just a few miles up the road from where I live. Originally from Mazatlan in Mexico, she came to the United States her senior year of high school, met a PEO, and we all know what running into a PEO can do for you, and found herself at Cottey. After Cottey, Northern Arizona University, the American Graduate School of International Management, and then law school at Loyola. She's volunteered for Lone Star Legal Aid and is a board member of the Alliance for Multicultural Services based in Houston. Ryuto has a special interest in helping individuals with disabilities and women facing issues like domestic violence. Ryuto is a certified real estate negotiator and a certified international property specialist. She does not advertise her services. Her clients honor her with her referrals. In 2015, she was appointed by the governor of Texas to the Texas State Real Estate Commission, serving until 2021. It is my pleasure to present Reuto Odom Stevens with the CCAA Distinguished Alumna Award.
When I was a kid in Mazatlan, Mexico, my parents would take my siblings and I to get a fruit shake. And at the stand, there was a poster that read, "Dream all you dare to dream. Live all you dare to live. Go where you want to go. Be what you want to be. Live." And I would wonder, how? Fortunately for me and others, 139 years ago, Virginia Alice Cottey founded Cottey College, following her dreams to provide women access to education beyond the ordinary curriculum. She dedicated her life to provide young women with the knowledge and skills to help them achieve their dreams. Virginia Alice Cottey gifted the work of her life, Cottey College, to the PEO sisterhood. She envisioned that the benevolent and gracious spirit of PEO would result, along with her legacy of Cottey College, in hundreds of women making their contributions to the world. And since 1994, young women from around the world, some from modest backgrounds, some with English as a second language, they come to Cottey College to acquire the knowledge and skills that will help them succeed in any field they choose, as I did. Cottey continues to be the only non-sectarial college owned by women for women. It was recognized again by U.S. News and World Report as one of the top institutions in the United States in colleges and universities, best regional college in the Midwest, and one of the top value in the nation. Importantly, Cottey remains all about the girls. Cottey is that special place where young women learn about duty and tradition and can find the inspiration and freedom to pursue even the most unlikely dreams. Being awarded the PEO International Peace Scholarship to attend Cottey College changed my life. It was my start. And I embarked on an incredible journey that continues to unfold. It is here that my character was shaped. It is here, in this cafeteria, that I learned, I was there, and that I learned that women could achieve anything they wanted to. And my life is just one of the many that has been changed by the legacy of Virginia Alice Cottey, Cottey College, and the generosity of PEO. And today, we are surrounded by amazing Cottey women who live beautiful lives. And I am most honored and privileged to accept this award and to express my gratitude to the PEOs who had in their hearts to help me. And Cottey stays with you. And as we go through our journey of life, with each dream that we pursue and each challenge that we face, and with each life that we touch by our deeds, we carry on the legacy of Virginia Alice Cottey, Cottey College, and the spirit of PEO. And I wish to thank my parents for their unconditional support and encouragement. Guillermo and Lori for their support and their love. Derek and Jackie for their inspiration. To my aunt and uncle in California who hosted me that one year of high school as a foreign student. to my American parents, Guy and Rita Odom, for their invaluable teachings and unwavering support. To Ray Rodriguez, the high school teacher who fought for me to take me to college prep classes after only one semester of English as a second language, who took me and recommended me to the PEO sisterhood and told me before I came to Cottey, you will sink or you will swim. To my high school teacher and PEO, Phyllis Porter, who told me that I needed to be introduced to PEO, Laura Hinderbacher, who is in Chapter Eternal, and she was with Chapter HH, and who told me about Cottey, and who introduced me to, where's Nancy? Nancy Delahanty Haynes. Thank you for the role you played in my life as a Cottey admissions officer. You hosted a prospective Cottey student meeting at the University of California, Irvine. Mrs. Hinderbacher drove us 3 hours. And at the end, I sat in the back of the corner, and you came and you asked me, do you have any questions? And I said, I only have one. And I said, can I really go to Cottey College? And you said yes. Thank you, Nancy. And I'd like to express my gratitude to Professors Donna Needham, Professor McNerney, for all the invaluable lessons. Thank you for touching our lives in such a deep way. And my gratitude to the lay professor, Nancy Haynes, because she cared enough to demand excellence from whom I acquired the skills to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. And I would like to thank the Cottey College Alumni Association Board for putting this meeting together, and to the amazing Cottey graduates who continue coming back that I've had the honor of meeting during this fantastic weekend. Thank you for making it unforgettable and for bringing back the wonderful memories and traditions of this unique place, Cottey College. Thank you.
The Dow International Scholarship Fund was established in 1973 by the Alumni Board in memory of Dr. Blanche Henman Dow, president of Cottey College, from 1949 to 1965. During her time as president, select Cottey graduates were invited to participate in a top study abroad program, and a college policy precluding the admission of international students was reversed. This led to over 70 international students attending Cottey from 1950 to 1960, and landed the college the title of the College of World Friendship. Dr. Dow's leadership and legacy inspired the Cottey College Alumni Association to establish the Dow International Scholarship Fund. The accrued interest from this fund is used to award scholarships to international students. It is my pleasure to introduce the Dow Scholarship recipient for 2022-23, Marina Pais of Brazil.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today and to tell you a little bit about my story. My name is Marina Pais, but most people know me as Nina. I'm from Pernambuco, Brazil, and this is my second year at Cottey. I'm pursuing a psychology degree with a leadership minor. I came to the United States in 2019 in a basketball scholarship. I went to a junior college in Kansas. During my sophomore year, I met Coach Belk, our assistant basketball coach here at Cottey, and I visited campus. To be fair, 2021 was one of the hardest years of my life. I had already been away from my family for 2 years, still going through COVID, and I wasn't certain about my basketball career. So I wasn't really looking forward to coming to Cottey. I thought it was time to go back to Brazil. But after talking to Coach Mitz and Coach Belk, I decided to stay with the possibility of becoming part of the Cottey family. Coming to Cottey taught me about empowerment, the importance of cultural diversity, and made me fall in love with leadership. My first choice of major was not psychology, but my classes in psychology, woman and gender, cross-cultural psychology, and lifespan sparked an interest in me and excited me to help athletes going through mental challenges just like I did at some point. Thanks to the opportunity offered by Cottey, PEOs, and all the alumni board, I was able to grow as a person and to pursue a degree that I love. And on top of everything, to feel cared for and loved, especially from home. After graduating in 2024, I aspired to further my education in either sports psychology or childhood development, and focusing on all those goals is only possible thanks to the Dow International Scholarship and all the Cottey Alumni Association. I would like to thank you, all of you, one more time for caring for international students, for caring for me, and we would not be able to accomplish half of our goals without your support. Thank you.
Hello, alumni, award winners, students, faculty and staff, and those joining us from home. It is an honor to be with you here today. My name is Janelle McDonald from the great class of 2010, and I serve on the Cottey College Alumni Association Board as the secretary. I'd like to tell you about my visit to our beautiful Cottey Sea. I grew up just outside of Kansas City, so thankfully for driving down here to Cottey for a day was not too hard. Pulling into town, I was a little skeptical about what my PEO grandmother told me about Cottey. Then we pulled onto campus. I was immediately mesmerized. The rich red brick, the old gorgeous trees, the architecture of Main Hall. Who knew love at first sight was for buildings too? My mom pulled into the Circle Drive to park in front of Main Hall. I was quick to notice she had parked in the wrong spot. You see, Cottey had not even met me yet, and they were already rolling out the red carpet. Figuratively, of course. Attached to a sign for one of the parking spots was a sign that read, "This spot reserved for Janelle Webb." "Mom, we have to park in my spot." She rolled her eyes, as every mom of a teenage daughter does, and said it was just a spot and we were already parked. As every teenage daughter does, I proceeded to glare. "Mom, they made a spot just for me. We are parking there." So she backed up and pulled into my parking spot. Walking up the stairs to Main Hall, I was so excited to peek behind the curtain of this magical place I was somehow already in love with. I was treated like a princess, being shown around her new castle. I'm an only child, so feeling like a princess was almost a requirement for me, and Cottey was nailing it. I spoke with the astronomy professor, Dr. Oskow, and even got to sit in on one of his classes. Luncheon rainy? Whew, need I say any more? A tour of Cottey only made me fall more in love. The buildings ooze happiness and opportunity, the excitement bubbling from students walking out of class. I was in awe at how at home I felt on the walking tour, that I honestly have no idea what that lovely golden key was telling me or what she even looked like. But thank you, whoever you are. All I knew was that I was a Cottey girl. Seeing is believing, and after seeing Cottey, I believed in everything that she had to offer me. I was already in a Cottey state of mind. I'd like to see who else got into that Cottey state of mind. Raise your hand if you visited campus before coming to Cottey. A lot. Now raise your hand if seeing that beautiful campus and experiencing the Cottey life for a day made you realize that Cottey was your new home. Now, raise your hand if you want even more future Cottey women to be able to experience Cottey for a day so they can see that this is their home too. Yes. As you may know, the CCAA has created a new endowment, the Cottey Campus Visit Fund. This fund will be used to cover travel costs of prospective students who otherwise cannot afford to see Cottey for themselves. 87% of Cottey students visited campus before enrolling, so our goal is to raise $87,000 for the Cottey Campus Visit Fund. To date, we have already raised $40,937.31, and 29 states have joined the Cottey State of Mind campaign. The CCAA wants future Cottey students to come from all 50 states, so we want alumna from all 50 states to be in the Cottey state of mind. For each state that joins in the giving to the CCAA, Cottey State of Mind, the CCAA is donating an additional $100 to the Cottey Campus Visit Fund. 50 states means 50 bonus gifts. So, who's ready to join me in a Cottey State of Mind? Now, I would like to introduce Director of Alumni and PEO Communication, Stephanie Gergerich, class of 2003.
Hello, my Cottey friends. Hello, my Cottey family. It has been absolutely wonderful to see your lovely, smiling faces this weekend. Nevada and Cottey have been my home for over a decade now, not even counting the 2 best years of my life, if you know, you know. But it never feels more like home to me than during Founders. You, my Cottey sisters, my Cottey friends, are home to me. And I know that you agree that it's the women with you today, those from your classes, those from your suites, that are home to you too. What is a Cottey state of mind? Did we have it when we got here? When we visited? By osmosis? You know, that process by which sleeping on your notes prepares you for your anatomy exam? If you asked me back when I was 17, back when I knew everything, I would have told you that, I'll visit that girls' school because of the international trip was a huge draw for me, not gonna lie. I will probably hate it, but I have to go to school somewhere, so I might as well try that. Because when you have 5 brothers who lovingly gaslight you into believing that it's girls who cause all the problems, you tell yourself that too. So I visited against my better, superior judgment, but there was something special that happened to me here. I saw how much I had in common with the students, how freeing it was to participate in class without counting the social cost, how excited these would-be peers were to share what they loved about Cottey, and how excited they were that I was thinking about it too. Maybe it was something in the water. But no, if you know, you know. It was their Cottey state of mind that convinced me. It was here that I saw the beauty of women discovering their true, authentic selves, pursuing interests and avocations, and clearing the paths for what the Cottey mission statement rightly calls lives of intellectual engagement and thoughtful action as learners, leaders, and citizens. Was I able to articulate that after my visit? No, but I knew I wanted it. And I reached out and embraced that Cottey state of mind, and the rest is history. However, we can't take it for granted. For every opportunity that has come your way because of Cottey, there is an opportunity waiting for our students now. Cottey needs your help and support. The college that you enjoyed is sustained through the patronage of alumni like you. Because of you, Cottey students have the benefit of excursion classes for hands-on learning. Cottey women are increasingly prepared for the world ahead through experiential learning. Have you seen our stock trading lab? Learned about our psychology and cadaver labs? Our entrepreneurial lab? Hello, Shelley Club. And our brand new Jan Rudd Weitzel Education Lab, preparing future educators for a life of influence. Cottey needs you to make this happen. Our Cottey state of mind is due to the vision and ideals of our founder, Virginia Alice Cottey. Her determination and grit ensured that women like you and me and all our current and future students could have access to a world-class education paired with the bonds of true sisterhood. Because of her, we are here today, and because of you, we can be here tomorrow.